Hi, this is Kim Bellissimo. Welcome to Nature Connected. It's a Winnie the Pooh day. It's a blustery, windy, blowing day. I don't know last night if you heard all the wind and my tent almost blew over, and so it is a really blustery day. And today is actually I'm going to be doing the timeline course, clearing the wheel of your timeline. And so in order to be free, you must clear the past. And, we can use this wind to clear out all of the old that is still coming up so that we can get here more in present time. And we've been working kind of that timeline of where we've been clearing time and space and kind of what that means. And it's been a great tool that my clients have been using because, see, when we hit limits, limits are our thoughts, they are beliefs, they are pictures that light up in our life. And when they do, then we're controlled by that picture. A picture is also a program. And so that program limits kind of what we see, what we think we can do. And in this time right now, this is why we want to clear our timeline. 0 to 8 is what we're going to be clearing tonight. And from the age 0 to 8 is when we formed kind of the imprint, the blueprint of what we create our creations from. So tonight we're going to be moving through, and I just want to give you kind of a little kind of sneak preview. When you think about space, space is, how much space do you have in your life? When you have a lot of space, you can flow, you can move, you're free, anything's possible, all possibilities. But when you have no space, then our mind starts to close down, our heart closes, we get blinders on, and we think and have all these limits that we put on ourselves. A lot of times this happens because people in the outer world, they're projecting on us their pictures, their thoughts, their beliefs, or even their judgments. And so a lot of times just be energetically picking up on these judgments and these feelings. This collapses our field of energy. And so in order for us to know who we are, to be here in this limitless way, we want to open to the wisdom of our heart. And when we do that, then we feel we can move, we have space. And when you have space, new possibilities open up to you in your day. And so it's so funny, I started to do a video somewhere else and the chainsaw's going on. And now hopefully you can hear me okay. So this space that we have is directly related to where our attention is. Now, especially this week as we go into the inauguration tomorrow, and I want your attention focused within. This attention is your light. And when you place it on your heart, it burns bright and it allows you to create space around you. Because if you have this space, new opportunities are going to be coming in and through. You are open to receive. And even in the past 3 days, a lot of new insights, new downloads have been coming in. So I want you to be able to embrace and to see your new life in a new way. And by turning your attention within, it creates kind of this blustery wind. And it allows us to spin. So attention within, spin. What does that mean? Attention within, the energy starts to move around us. It creates that vortex, which allows your space to create an openness for you to receive something new, something to come through. And that space timeline, that space is all around us. It's in our bubble. The moment you focus on your heart, you create that bubble. So this week is extremely important, especially if there's chaos that starts to, happen outside of you. And if you place your attention, I was even talking to my acupuncturist last week, and he says, yeah, my practice kind of died. And I'm like, well, your attention was on chaos. And the moment we focus on chaos, we get programmed out of our own life. There is nothing more important than focusing on the diamond within your heart. Because when you do, then you are nature. Nature connected is nature in form is God in form. That you start to understand your nature. And stillness starts to happen when your attention moves within. And then the energy starts to spin. And so there are two things we talked about in order to create anything new, especially with your intentions this year. You have to have enough space. So be looking at, do I have enough space to dream, to think, in order to see new insights that are coming in? Or start to notice if you feel pressured, if you feel demands that just squeeze you too tight, where you feel so stressed, or where you're looking outside of yourself on some chaotic mess. If you're looking at the chaos, you become that chaos. And the way to find that peace and calmness is to place your attention within the diamond of your heart. By focusing there, you realize that you are the light. You are the diamond. And that creates enough space around you. It's like then synchronicity starts to happen. Then your waves of energy moving out, moving back. It's like the tide and the waves in the ocean start to flow. And so that timeline is kind of in front and back of us. And it's amazing how last week I was clearing people's timeline, and this is one of the keys to implementing and to creating your life, because I want you first to identify where on your timeline do you always show up late? Do your projects, do you get maybe 50% or almost 90% of your project, and somehow you get kicked out of that space? Like, notice how you are with time. And by clearing this timeline, by opening up that timeline and creating space on that timeline, you have limitless space, limitless time. And the tool I want you to, and let me know how this tool works, because my clients are just saying, oh my gosh, this tool is amazing. And you think of it like, you are centered in your space, your attention is within. And that wrecking ball, it's kind of like if you start to swing it side to side, meaning that you have a picture that lights up, or a limiting belief that comes up, something within your mind. Now, if you start to engage in that conversation with that picture, then you become that reality and you go down that rabbit hole. But if you can imagine this wrecking ball blasting through those pictures, swinging side to side. Now, you may not even know what those pictures are, to the right, to the left. You'll feel a picture because it's a limit within your space. And imagine this wrecking ball blasting through it and just swinging side to side, creating tons of space. Even if somebody outside of you has a limiting picture on you that have defined you in a certain way that you can't move beyond that picture, I even just put that wrecking ball out in front of my space to clear all their pictures. And soon you'll see that you feel free, that they may not even remember those pictures. Try this with somebody who has defined you in a certain way and just blast through all their pictures. We are the limitless. We are spirit in the body. And by being spirit in the body, that means God can create all things. And that is a part of our nature. And when you look at what nature creates, it is nature around us all around us, creating all kinds of beautiful things. So this is an amazing week because it depends how you go through this week. And if your attention is within, then you will create in limitless ways. So tonight I'm going to be doing clearing your timeline. When you clear your timeline, when you clear the past, you are free at last. So, notice this week it's 0 to 8, and all month we're clearing from 0 to 8. These ages are so important because in this time we get fixated and we approach our life, no matter what age we are, from a child, where we have these beliefs where we think we can't bust beyond a reality that we were born into. I was born in Montalvan. My dad and I, we'd go to the dumps every day. He's a hoarder. So he'd be collecting stuff, fixing stuff. And I was overtaken early on just with chaos and a lot of health issues. If people have health issues, most health issues are due to absorbing other people's energy. And when you absorb other people's energy, then your energy can't move. And so the first step, move within. And when you focus your attention within, your fields start to spin. And so use that wrecking ball today. Let me know how that goes. If there's a picture in the way, boom, blast through it. So thank you for joining me on Nature Connected. And I'll see you for Energy Works on Thursday. And join me tonight for my class where we're going to create so much time, so much space. And that is what you need in order for the unknown to come in and through. Because it's not what we know and what we want that brings us to our greatest joy, but it is creating with the divine, with the earth, and in the unknown that our hearts come alive and come through. So, hey Nina. Hi everyone. So good to see everyone, and thank you so much for, hi Peggy, so much for joining, and I will see everyone soon, so thank you guys, love you.